Hey, we are talking with Adyre Mason today. She is the chef and owner of the Veggie, which is uh, a vegan comfort food catering service and a food service here in Huntsville, Alabama. So, hello, Adyre. How are
Hi.
you? Can you tell us a little bit about your business, when you started, and what made you want to start the business?
So the Veggie has been here in Huntsville since January of 2018. We soft launched in the fall of 2017 to give people a chance to taste our food a little bit around the city. But we've been fully operating since January of 2018. And primarily what we do is we are a fully prepared meal prep service and catering company. We do a few other things, but those are our primary functions. So what we do is we prepare meals. Our clients don't have to cook anything. We prepare the meals fully. We pack them in compostable packaging, and we deliver those to our clients. So literally everyone who orders with us, they just have to reheat and eat. There's no dishes, there's no work, there's no meal kit. Everything is done for them. So that's the primary function that we serve. We also do a lot of catering in the area, especially because there is a pretty nice plant-based population here in Huntsville, but as far as in the workplace, plant-based employees are still kind of in small clusters. So a lot of times companies want to add plant-based food to their holiday parties or office parties, but they've only got maybe 5 or 10 people. So we try to specialize also in providing smaller options and smaller quantities of options so that plant-based employees and colleagues, no matter what space they're in, can be accommodated and feel like part of the party and part of the conversation, even though they eat differently from most of the people around them.
Yeah.
And so myself, I've been vegan for almost 6 years. Part of the catalyst for starting the business was just all the transformation that happened in my life after going vegan. I had a number of health issues as a younger person. I had high cholesterol. I had, as many of us do in this area, a lot of allergy and sinus issues.
Yeah.
And some other problems that I was dealing with. I was just like, wow, I'm so young, but I'm having all of these issues and taking medicine and all these things. And within about 3 months of changing my diet, I saw my cholesterol go down dramatically. Some of the pain that I had, digestive issues, even adult acne started to go away. And so I just saw this really huge transformation in my own life, and how I felt, how I looked, and I wanted other people to experience that as well. And the major catalyst for me was I was trying to get my mom to eat more healthy.
Mhm.
A lot of us that have older parents, we know it's a struggle to kind of get them to sometimes to do what's best for them. And so I was trying to get my mom to eat healthy and kind of getting her on the plant-based train, but I was having all the problems doing it, and especially because at the time there was no services like ours, where there was something that could take the work out of it for her while introducing her to plant-based food. There were all these meal kit services and things like that, but my mom was a person who, like a lot of people when they're trying something new, they don't want to have to make a huge investment up front if they don't know they're going to actually like it or stick to it.
Yeah.
And so I was unable to get my mom to go plant-based. And unfortunately, due to some health issues, she passed away in 2017. And so after that happened, I was even more passionate about helping people to eat better, but in a way that was palatable to them, that didn't feel overwhelming, that didn't feel like too much work, and that's something that they could really stick to. And so I am a former Redstone Arsenal employee, but in 2017, I decided to quit my job and focus on the business and get it running full time. And as I said, this is our third year. So we're really excited to still be a part of the Huntsville community, and really grateful for all the support that we get as well.
Great. It seems like you're kind of a steamrolling the way, huh? Because at the time, just a few years ago, there weren't even services like yours. Or
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been an influx of prepared meal services, just in general in the country over the last few years, and especially when it comes to plant-based food. Again, because some people want to try it, they want to dabble, but they don't want to put a lot of work in, investment in up front. And so being able to try something, With our program, with our service, we don't lock people into a contract. So they can literally order when they want. They can get it when they need it. They may be really busy and need a lot of prepared food for a while. They may, times like now where they're at home, they may need more food, or, they may want to take a break. And so with our service, they're able to do that. And there's not pressure on people when they're trying something new.
Cool. That's really important. And it also sounds like you thought it out really well, the palatable aspect of it, because, a lot of people, they're kind of scared. We're so used to MSG and sugar, salts and sugars in our everyday food, that you get used to it, you get addicted to it. And so you don't want to be eating just plain broccoli.
Right.
If, that's something you don't like.
Yeah, we say that we make familiar food that just so happens to be vegan. And so we try to take a lot of things that people are familiar with and just transform that into plant-based food. It really mimics the way I ate before I went vegan. I've always been a foodie, always loved to try anything. And so that was something for me when I went vegan. I thought, oh no, is this going to limit my ability to try new food? Because it's always something I really loved. Yeah. So what I started doing was learning how to transform food I was familiar with just into something vegan. And so I think that overall, when people are looking to get in, to try something new, again, it makes it a little less scary if they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm familiar with lasagna, or I'm familiar with, this other dish, I'm willing to try it because it's something that at least I'm familiar with, even though it may be prepared differently.
Right. Absolutely. There are so many innovations, it seems, in the plant-based industry, that are allowing for old familiar foods to taste, or the plant-based foods to taste more like old familiar foods.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I've been vegan for only about 6 years, and even just in that time, products have just totally transformed. There's so much variety when it comes to plant-based meat, cheeses, all types of things. I mean, it's really, I think years ago people felt like they were really missing out. But now I think a lot of that can be eliminated because products have advanced so much in the last few years.
That's great. And you're kind of you're heading that in a way, at least here in Huntsville.
We're really proud of the work we've been able to do. I love when our clients say, hey, I keep a can of jackfruit in my kitchen now because of you guys, things that maybe they even weren't familiar with, or they didn't think could be imagined in a new way. And it's just great to see people who aren't even vegan. About 40% of our meal prep clients are actually not vegan, but they like our service to supplement the way that they eat, or to allow them to mix in some healthy meals throughout the week. And so that is almost as flattering as having people who are already plant-based to try the food, because people who still open themselves up to the full breadth of what food is, like our food enough that they're willing to eat plant-based a few days a week. And I think that's really awesome. And that's the goal. It's not about, everybody being forced to be vegan, but, all of us could stand, though, to eat better, all of us. And so just adding more plants and more nutritious things into our diet, we're really happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's important. That is flattering. And, it's scientifically proven, more plants, it's just healthy for you, more plants, less sugar. It's just better for you. Plus the results that you've had in your own life. I mean, if that doesn't convince somebody, acne going away, pain going away, cholesterol lowering, that's proof's in the pudding.
And especially with those being a lot of things that we kind of deal with down here in the South: diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure, those types of things. So I think it's really awesome to see, folks in the heart of Alabama, embracing plant-based food.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're kind of the front runner on this, but if people were to choose, like, between you and maybe, another company or two that provides the same service, what reasons would you give, aside from the ones that you've already given, for them to at least just try you?
Well, one reason is that we're local. And so all of the other prepared vegan meal services are shipped from places throughout the U.S. And right now, especially with individual communities needing to support each other, a lot of folks are looking for how can we support local businesses where we are a local service. Our small team is made up of individuals who represent families right here in Huntsville. So number one, if folks are just wanting to support local businesses more right now, that's a great reason to give us a try. Also, as I said, we take all of the work out of it for our clients. So again, even some of the other prepared meal services that are shipped, sometimes the food is frozen. Our food is all fresh. Nothing is ever frozen. And so we also do our part to make use of local vendors as much as possible. So we really, when you're buying our food, you're buying as much of Huntsville as we can give you. Whether great. That's, a farmer who provides our vegetables, or shopping from a local market, or buying microgreens for our salads from a local vendor. We're trying to give the community as much of the community that we can. The last thing I'll say, if folks are interested in trying us and or maybe kind of nervous about trying plant-based food, I already mentioned the palatability part, but I do want to bring it up again because again, it can be very scary when you're changing your diet, period, whether you're just going to go work out more or try to go keto or whatever it may be. Just trying something new can be really overwhelming. And there's no reason to go at it alone. So we've provided a service that takes all the work out, that also is not going to scare people away. It's not going to be some ingredient they can't pronounce or have never heard of. And so for that reason, it's a great reason to kind of overcome that fear of trying something new and eating healthy, and let folks who invest the time in preparing and creating things that people enjoy, let us do that work for you.
Yeah, it's important to not do things alone.
Yeah, definitely.
It really helps to do things together. And I'll just add to the point why people should try you. There's no contract. Just try it.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no pressure. If you order, you're not locked in. We do offer loyalty discounts for our clients who like to lock in their orders for the month ahead. But there's no pressure. They can order anytime, stop anytime, and use it when they need it.
Cool. And all of your you said all of your packaging is compostable?
Yes. We've tried to make our brand vegan from top to bottom. So not only the food, but also what we pack it in. So all of the plastics that we use are made from corn. And then all of the bowls, actual individual packaging are made from plant fiber that is fully compostable. Okay, great.
Fantastic. So let's talk just a little bit about safety and what you're doing for safety here during the pandemic.
So we are a small business, and so we work out of a shared kitchen with another local delivery business. Luckily, we're both very small teams, so even if we're both in the building at one time, there's never a max of 5 people in the building. So that's one way that we stay safe. Just some better scheduling with our fellow partner there in the kitchen, extra cleanliness measures. Like I said, we have a very small team. But our employees are doing their part as far as wearing masks and gloves whenever that we're doing any type of food handling. One thing that we're doing right now to help with safety, which may be maybe not an expected answer, is we're actually not out in the community as much. Now, as I said, people can order from us anytime and we deliver the product to them. But we don't want to contribute to any gathering right now that may expose people or put people at risk. So there are some different forums and even farmers markets and things that are starting to start up in the city. And I think that that's great for a lot of the local businesses, especially the farmers, because that may be one of the few places where they have to really make their products accessible to the public at large. And so we know that a lot of those markets also are trying to take good measures and keeping people safe and keeping some distance. But since we serve the bulk of our customers through a delivery service, that's where we're focusing on. And so instead of gathering out in spaces or contributing to gathering, we want to help keep people inside, but also not feel like they're missing out on what's out here in the city. So, we've buckled down on our delivery. We've expanded the days that we deliver so that people can get access to our food anytime throughout the week. So before the pandemic, we had a pretty limited delivery days, only about 2 or 3 days a week. And now we've opened that up to 6 days a week. So people can get access to our food pretty much any time throughout the week, as often as they would like to have it.
Great. Yeah, sounds very good. And especially if you're wearing masks and gloves, I mean, that helps prevent the spread.
Definitely.
From what scientists are telling us, quite a bit.
Yeah. Coincidentally, we bought some masks right before this started, just because I think we had an employee who was having some allergy issues, and she was like, "I promise I'm not sick," and so we didn't want her to be, we didn't want any sneezing or any possibility. So we actually bought some masks right before this started, and so we were all kind of laughing. We were like, "Oh, we're kind of stocked up already on masks," coincidentally, just to make sure that we, if anybody was suffering with allergies or anything was happening, that everybody was safe. So it's definitely been a change, a little bit of a change. We pride ourselves on being a very very sanitary. We've always had very great food inspections in our kitchen. And so that part hasn't changed, but we have definitely had to be even more mindful and even more diligent. We have even invested in some food safe disinfectant sprays and things for our kitchen. And so just really trying to do extra due diligence, even than we've done before, to make sure that, we're helping people stay safe. And in addition to that, we also have a discount available. During this whole pandemic, we want to make sure that while people were at home and maybe needing to order more food, that they were also getting something given back to them as well. So we have a lot of family style meals and packages on our website, and all of those are 15% off during the pandemic, again, because we know that families are feeding more people right now, and we wanted to have some type of way to give back to them as well. So it's a thank you to them for ordering, from us and patronizing us, and giving something small back to them as well.
Great. That's fantastic. Well, we've covered quite a bit of ground here in this interview. So if someone wanted to order food from you, they can go to eattheveggie.com. And is there another way that you'd like people to contact you, maybe through Instagram, Facebook, or a phone number?
Yeah, we're very active on social media, so they can folks can always reach us on Instagram or Facebook. All of our contact information is linked from our social pages as well. So we're pretty accessible, and as I said, we deliver 6 days out of the week. So as often as people would like to take advantage, we definitely can get food to them.
Perfect. Yeah, and all the contact information and the delivery dates are on your website.
Yes.
In the footer. And so Eat the Veggie, EATTHEVEGGIE.com. And well, thank you for your time, Adyre.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. And it sounds like you're doing a great thing for the community here. I think I would like to try your food.
Awesome. Well, we would definitely love to feed you, and we really appreciate the opportunity to reach out to more people through your platform. So thank you very much.
You bet. All right. Have a good day.
You too.